SPNS Consulting, as part of its contribution to drive economic growth and development in Nigeria, hosted a business breakfast meeting with the theme Managing Business Rules for Business Profitability Within a Challenging Economy, the benefits and restrictive capacity of business rules, and its effect on developing and driving a process innovation-based organization. In his presentation, the host, Mr. Debo Adebayo, CEO, SPNS Consulting, spoke further on what it entails to manage business rules for business profitability within a challenging economy.
What is the effect of the recession on your own kind of business? Because the effect of recession on business A might not just be the same with business B. Like I said, it might be a plus for some people, and it can be minus for some people. Don't forget that before recession, purchasing power here is not anything to write home about. And you now look at the effect of recession. So what will that do to your purchasing power? Cost of funds. You look at cost of funds, you look at value of money and things like that, and you look at the overhead, cost of overhead that you put into your production, that you put into your operations. All of these are key influencers that you can pick out by studying the economic climate and the requirements such is placing on you. There is a need for you to also be able to carry out what is called a product performance analysis. For you to come up with a product shows that there is a demand for it if you're selling anyway. And if you're selling, it also means that some other people are selling similar products under any other guise. So you have to look at your product. How is your product performing? Benchmarking against other products. You have to look at your product. How is your product performing? Benchmarking against similar products, competing brands. That is when you can actually tell yourself the truth and say, okay, this is what is actually happening along the line of my business. The third point, you have to work on observing and making guided decisions based on market behavioral shifts and effect of business rules and policies. And you have to ensure that you build all these around a flexible platform. Flexible platform in the sense that it ought not take ages before you can review what you call your rules, what you call your policies. If it's something that will take ages, then companies that are smart enough would have left you behind and you just be there. Then you also have to ensure the existence of the required sync between your strategy, processes, policies, and the market feedback. When you are setting up or coming up with your strategy, the direction of your strategic objectives should also give you pointers to areas around your processes that need improvement. Because whatever strategy you're coming up with is aimed at ensuring you give customers value. So you have to look at it from, okay, this strategic objective would demand that we start doing this thing this particular way. We've been doing it this way before, but we have to change. So you have to sync all of this together. That will also take you to looking at your policies. Oh, we don't do this way, we don't do this way. Why? You query your such policies and you come up with innovative ways of doing things so you can give better outputs to your customers and you get better results.
Panelists analyze the topic of this course towards mapping out the way forward on business processes for organizations.
There are 4 areas that is required for people to succeed in any organization, be it a profit organization or a non-profit organization. Number 1, there must be good quality product. And like I rightly stated, a quality product may not necessarily sell. So there must be an active design to look at the value chain so as to take the product from production all through to the consumer and to get feedback from the consumer back to the producer. And this required 4 steps. 1, the production, you need to produce good quality product or R&D. Second, a very good marketing process to recruit customers because we must tell them about the product. And each of these stages require processes. Each of them have their own value chain. Third, operations. As soon as your product comes to high level of demand, you realize the fact that production will need to start to automate. For the volume of production, we need to increase. And if it's a service, you need to put a system in place that shortens the reaction time. So you must have seen some banks, suddenly they had large number of customers coming in, and they did not have a process in place. So still queuing. People are still queuing in a period when there was no tally number again. So fourthly, there's a need to design a loyalty scheme. And each of these 4 areas they require. Now, in the functional areas of most organizations, they are not designed along these 4 areas. They are actually designed around what we call the traditional functional methodology.
You can do 2 or 3 things to increase our rankings by 3 points, 4 points, and 10 points. I'll give you one. We went to government and we said to them, there are certain permits that you need. CAC, for instance. You have to register a company. You go there today and it takes you need a lawyer, you even need an architect sometimes, you know, and then you need to call Abuja. It just takes forever. So we said to them, we can automate this process, not necessarily automate in the truest sense of the word, but collapse some of the processes so that you can enable people register their companies. If they do that, we'll go up to at least 150. If you want to get permits, all this can be automated. Those are the kind of things that we need to do in this challenging economy right now. I'm looking at things that will not cost us money. Things that will ensure that we bring in foreign direct investments into Nigeria.
Bottom line is that the new model for business is to understand that chaos describes confusion, but what confusion really is continuous fusion. It is an order not yet understood by people who look at it from a linear perspective. And that most businesses nowadays are not necessarily reinventing themselves or creating a new normal or new thinking for a new market. It is their understanding that the shelf life of a mission statement is less than 12 months now. The customer is not necessarily king. In fact, you influence what people really want to have. And so your business model is how you frame it to be.
When trust is destroyed, you don't build by pacifying people because they won't trust that you wouldn't do it again. You rebuild trust by living trustworthy. Did you get me? Don't talk, it's not about talking about it. The fellow who will want to begin to trust you again will have their parameters about the way you live and relate with them. Which over time, if there is consistency in the way you have conducted yourself, the business appreciated people will begin to try trusting again. But what we do is we do a quick fix. And rebuilding trust is not a quick fix. If you want to rebuild trust by a quick fix, people will think you're patronizing them, right? He wants to do us like this. Snake doesn't change its color. Now, have somewhere in your psyche something went wrong, but all the processes will be such that they can reflect and see it in you. It's only when they can see in you that you're truly repentant, because building trust again is somebody saying, I'm letting the one let go. Live out a trustworthy disposition across both your engagement, and one way of building trust is don't hold back. Don't wait for things. If somebody asks you a question, don't say, let me think about it. Because the moment you go back to think about it, you're trying to manage the process.
Highlights of the event include the presentation of the BPPR Magazine at the event. Some of the stakeholders at the event gave their remarks on the SPNS Consulting Business Breakfast meeting, as well as their expectations going forward.
The target of the program, as I did say in the course, was they were trying to bring, let us see how those necessary evils we call business processes, which are actually basically meant to be the code that guide businesses, how we can manage them so that they don't become blockers to productivity and all that, not in no other time, but in a recessed time. So issues were about how do we manage these business rules so that they will be enablers in our surviving recession and not disabler. That's the thing. And the contributions were quite very apt. We spoke from the different perspectives, very practical things. And my takeaway is that those business processes are real. They must remain. Otherwise, if they are not there, it's like a car without a brake. And because they are necessary brakes that provides a process without which the business environment will be chaotic and rudderless, the key thing is how prepared are we?
I think they address the issue of trust very well, which basically is one of the major problems that we have in both growing industries and already established industries, where people have this mindset that I'm going to be here for a short period of time, I'm going to make the most of it, and then I can move on to something else. So they have the habit of shortchanging companies and pilfering and stealing without batting an eyelid. But I think structure-wise, if we adopt the system of having a structure where it's not like a top-to-bottom stream, but both ways, top-bottom, checkmating each other, there will be a balance.
I think more than anything else, it underlines the importance of getting rules, getting processes, procedures, guidelines that you have in an organization to get them right. I think it's important to have those rules, but you need to have them, operating in a way that enhance and add value to business.
SPNS Business Breakfast Meeting is a CSR initiative of SPNS Consulting. It's our own way of reaching out to the people, giving back to the society. And along the line of what we do, we come across information from our researchers and the rest. We come across information which we believe we should be able to pass across to the populace. And through some of these forums of ours, we do justice to that, which is what we've witnessed today.
The SPNS Consulting Business Breakfast Meeting is a step in the right direction as it highlighted the key indices required for developing and driving a process innovation-based organization. This will go a long way to improve the current core processes of Nigerian businesses that could create the required flow for market share acquisition, retention, and transformation within a challenging economy.